episode 3 for The Whiteout, your regular dose of all the ski news, gear reviews, snow reports and everything you love about being in the mountains. Are you ready, Rob?
Well, I'm ready. I'm halfway through the winter, Emily, aren't we, I think? You know, and it feels like I've had a pretty good time. How's your winter been so far?
It's been unreal. I've had really nice weather, really good snow conditions.
I've been the same. Every time I go out, it seems to snow. You know, and the conditions haven't been perfect every single time, but I've had a great time on the slopes.
Right, Rob, you've got 60 seconds. Tell us the latest news. What's going on?
Well, there's loads going on. So a new piste in Austria, brand new piste at the Kunnental Glacier. It's 41.3% in steepness. It's the steepest in Austria now. A new link in the Dolomites in Cortina d'Ampezzo ski area. It's going to be the longest single ski link in the world, 43 kilometres on ski lifts and piste. I've got to mention the coronavirus, unfortunately, but you know, there was a big event in China, a World Cup event, which was a test event for the Olympics coming up in 2 years' time. It was cancelled due to the coronavirus, but rescheduled for in Saalbach Hinterglemm. So the racers got to ski in the end, the World Cup guys got to race. And there's a new ski movie out by Will Ferrell. It's called Downhill. I've checked out the trailers. It looks interesting. Swindon, a ski centre. You know, we've heard lots of news about the ski centres trying to get going in the UK, and Swindon's one of those. And they were just about to dig holes in the ground and they suddenly realised they were 80 million quid short. So they've got to find that money, but let's hope that Swindon gets it back on track again. So Emily, I know I'm out of time, but just bear with me on this one story, okay? It's a really nice one. It's a 92-year-old guy called Bob Truelock, and he is in a care home. And he said to his carers, you know, I've never, the one thing I really want to do in my life is to go skiing, and I've never had the chance to do that, and I'm never going to get the chance to do it, but the guys said, no, we're going to make it happen. So they brought him to the snow zone at Milton Keynes, and they got him on skis at the first time at 92 years old. So a lovely story, that one.
Oh, and there's one final piece of news I must mention. The World Freeride Tour, and the female and the males are going to be getting paid the same amount of prize money. So that's great news for us female riders out there. Let's go on to see how our GB snow sport athletes are doing.
Well, pretty well, but I'm going to start off with sort of bad news, really. Rowan Cheshire, she's retiring at 24 years old, so it's a little bit sad, but, you know, she's had a great career. Katie Omerod, I mean, amazing at the moment. She's having a fantastic season in the slopestyle. She's currently the leader, and if she gets in the next event, she gets the gold or silver medal, she'll get the Crystal Globe.
We've got to mention Katie Summerhayes, one of our top freestyle skiers, who's been out with ACL injury again. That's her third one, I think. So for her to come back, she's actually already got herself on 5th place in a World Cup, and she's regularly in the finals. Let's just talk about Gus Kenworthy a moment.
Yeah, our friend that's come over from the US and joined GB Snow Sports, Gus Kenworthy. Yeah, and you know, he's just taken a gold medal in Calgary at the Snow Rodeo Halfpipe. So pretty amazing.
We've also got to mention the Gurkha Schofield family. Now, these are a family coached by their father out in Chattel, but they are out
skiing
there.
moguls.
Exactly.
And doing really well at it as well. Was it 4th place for Thomas?
Yep, it was. And we've had some top 10s in the World Cups as well. We've got to go back to the young guys out in the Youth Olympics this year out in Lausanne. And we had a silver medal from Kirsty Muir.
Kirsty Muir, now 15 years old. I mean, it's incredible. I think she's going to go on to big things.
Things are looking good for GB Snow Sport, and good luck to them for the rest of this winter. We've still got quite a lot of ski racing to be done though, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. But don't do what this one fan at the Hannam Calm did recently.
I think he might have had a little bit too much.
A little bit.
All right, so we're going to head over to Megan. Tell us what has been going on with all the snow conditions.
Hi Emily, much like in the UK, the weather in the European Alps has been pretty varied over the last few weeks. You know, we've had big snowfalls, we've had lovely sunshine, we've even had a little bit of rain in some of the lower lying resorts as temperatures are a little bit warmer than maybe normal at this time of year. But now we've got the snow, so it's looking very good ahead for anyone that's going skiing in March. Interestingly, Scandinavia has had some of the biggest snowfalls in recent weeks, with up to 1.5 metres reported in just 7 days there. And they've got rapidly lengthening daylight hours now as well, which means skiers have a lot more time to enjoy those slopes. Over in Canada and the USA, conditions remain really good from east to west. Quebec and the East Coast have seen some really, really good conditions lately. And over in the Rockies, they've also had some snowfalls of up to 1 metre in some places. So that is looking good over there as well. Over in the northwest, Washington State is continuing to report the world's deepest snowpack at the moment. So they've got over 5.2 metres, which is over 17 feet, which is pretty amazing. The Pyrenees and Andorra have struggled a little bit more over the last few weeks, but there is new snow forecast on the way, and let's hope by the time you're watching this, that new snow has arrived. There are generally good conditions in Switzerland as well. Andermatt is posting the deepest base in Europe at the moment, and there is more snow to come there too, so fingers crossed that'll get even deeper as we go on. In Italy, they've had generally good conditions over the last month, lots of sunshine, but this has led to a few icy slopes. There is more than enough skiing to do out there, so that will be enjoyable for the next few months. Now, closer to home, Scotland has actually experienced some of their best snow conditions this whole season in the last few weeks, but because of the storms, this has also meant that there have been high winds, so people haven't quite been able to enjoy the snow maybe as much as they would have liked. But again, we hope that this just settles down a little bit in the next few weeks and some really good Scottish skiing can be done up there. So fingers crossed Mother Nature does deliver and we get some great snowfall in the next few weeks in the build up to Easter. Now, Rob, prepare yourself because I'm going to come over and brag to you all about my latest trip.
Hi, Megan.
Hello.
I've heard that you went out on the trip that everyone wanted to do this winter.
Yes.
Where was it?
So it was a trip to the Three Valleys, discovering sort of new and undiscovered places to stay. And
Yeah, I knew the Three Valleys, but you stayed somewhere rather unique, I heard.
yeah, so our first night was in an igloo, in an igloo village up in Val Thorens.
Was it freezing cold that night?
Yeah, to be honest, it was very cold. It was chilly, but we had fondue, which was really warm. We had a few glasses of wine, which is always nice. And everyone's in their ski gear until you go to bed. And you've got Arctic sort of style sleeping bags. So you're told wear your thermals to bed, basically, which is easier said than done, but definitely advisable to do.
So you're pretty comfortable in there, pretty cozy, nice little cozy night in a big sleeping bag and an igloo. Kind of contrasted that, I heard, from a night in a different place altogether.
Yeah, so after the igloo, we went to a place called Refuge de la Tray. To get there, you have to go up in a snowcat. So it's about a 20-minute drive, sort of through to the middle of nowhere. You can't access it any other way. So it's really, really remote, but that makes it a completely different experience altogether, and it's so luxurious. It's got a state-of-the-art spa with LED therapy and...
Okay, so given the choice then, igloo, luxury retreat on the mountain, which one are you going to go for?
Pros and cons to both. I mean, I think the luxury retreat just edged it a little bit for me. The igloo village, absolutely anyone can book it, as with the refuge. The igloo village, I would say, is a lot more accessible because it's right on the piste coming down into Val Thorens. So if you wanted to just stop by it for a drink in the day, it's open all day. You can just book the dinner, or if you wanted to book a room itself, I think it starts from about 350 euros for two people. So
2 people for a night.
Exactly. And if you did want to go to the refuge, I think the low season rooms start from about 155 euros. Okay. And then it goes all the way up to high season in the chalet area, which is a whole private place you can book with its private outdoor hot tub and all. The most luxurious, and I think that goes up to about 1,200 euros a night.
Okay. If you're going to ski once a year or more than once a year, you've got to invest in buying a pair of boots. It's so important. And the other key thing is, don't buy the boots online. Go to a ski shop to get them fitted. Why should you do that? Well, all of our feet are different sizes. Ski boot manufacturers don't just do standard sizes like UK 7 or 8 or 9. They have a different sizing system, and they also have different widths as well. So it's really important to get into that ski shop and get your feet measured. That's the first thing you need to do, is to get your feet measured. Once you get your feet measured and they know what size feet you have, then you can move forward. Normally what will happen is a ski shop would advise you on the brand that would suit your foot the best. Maybe if you like a brand, of course, mention that to the ski shop, but ultimately listen to the professionals in that shop. If they say, look, actually a Lang boot is going to suit your foot better than a Salomon or vice versa, then take their advice, listen to them, because your foot will feel a lot more comfortable in a boot that's designed to fit it. Obviously, there are different styles of boots, there are different flexes of boots, depending on whether you want a stiffer flex or a softer flex, depending on if you're an aggressive skier or maybe a heavier skier or a lighter skier. Again, check that out. And the ski shop can advise on that. The other really important thing is to get a custom footbed. I would say it's absolutely crucial to get that if you're investing in a new ski boot. It will make a huge difference to the comfort of your foot inside the boot. The other thing you've got to remember is a ski boot is not like a normal shoe, it's a piece of equipment. So to make that work efficiently, invest in a good pair of ski socks. It will make a huge amount of difference to your day if you're wearing a properly fitted, to your foot size pair of ski socks in a ski boot. And don't scrimp on the price of a ski sock, just go for it. It will make a big difference. When you first get your boots fitted, it might be that they customize the shell slightly. They might be able to heat the shell up and just mold it around to your foot. But say, most shops will have a custom fit guarantee. So if you go out skiing for, say, a week and you come back and you're thinking there's a couple of niggles in the boot, bring it back to the shop. They will be able to fix that, whether it's little minor buckle adjustments or reheating that shell up again to mold it around your foot. Don't be afraid to take it back and get those customizable things done. You've got to remember all those things. If you buy a boot online, you think it's your size and it turns up and it isn't. It just won't be the same. If you get your boot fitted, it will make a huge amount of difference to your ski holiday.
Now, we all love a little bit of powder snow, but to get away from the tracked out stuff by the lifts, you can always go a little bit further on your split board or ski touring.
Yeah, on a split board for snowboarders, bit hard for them to get their head around sometimes if they're used to one plank and suddenly they're on two, but we sent Jamie Barrow, world record breaking snowboarder, out to Chamonix with Action Outdoors to try splitboarding for his first time and show us what it's all about.
I've been snowboarding for around 19 years now, so I've had the chance to do most things in snowboarding. But one of the things that I have just never tried is splitboarding. It's something I've been wanting to do for years. It's always nice to learn something new, so no matter how many years you've been doing something, there's always something new you can learn.
UCPA is a big French organisation which is all about getting young people outdoors. You don't have to come from a rich background and have been taking skiing as a kid. You can come at any age. It's affordable, it's accessible, and that's what we're all about. The Argentia base is more about the off-piste, the free ride, the touring. That's a kind of specialist area. Everybody can get a chance to try these sports. If you've never tried it, come and give it a go. It's just the perfect way to learn.
There's only so many areas you can actually access, even with hiking. It can get really tiring, and this is meant to be a lot easier. You can access better terrain, and that's what splitboarding really excels in, is that real backcountry snowboarding, and this will help us get there. You can't really see the summit, but we're going straight up to the top there. Got all of this playing, completely untouched. We're in the middle of nowhere, and it's just something you would not get if you're not splitboarding.
So, Rob, we're always trying to get interviews with some legends, and we got a full ski legend this week. You got to meet Aksel and Svindal.
Yeah, true legend of the sport. And we did a little interview, and I just, asked him what life's like after retirement. Since retirement, how's life been?
It's been quite good, I would say. It's been really busy.
You're not gardening?
No, I'm not gardening. Actually, I would like to do some more gardening. That's one of my goals for this year, is to have more time to do, stuff that's not necessarily work. But
yeah, right.
I was injured a lot the last 4 to 5 years of my career, and then you
had a bit of a flourish at the end, though, didn't you?
No, when I skied, I was fast. I just had a lot of injuries as well. So I've had it's been 8 to 6 in the evening or later, pretty much every day since I retired. So
cool.
that's not
keeping
cool.
busy.
It's kind of cool, but it's not cool enough because I want to do more sports.
Oh.
And if I work the whole day, I sit in meetings and I do this kind of stuff, I can't do enough sports.
How do you get that adrenaline rush when you suddenly stop?
Well, actually, I'm I don't need crazy adrenaline rush, but I want that that to really look for performance and try to get better and better. I think that to me is as much a rush as just, you know, pure adrenaline. So
Do you, in some way, not get scared, but do you fear not being successful in your post-ski performance life, your ski professional life?
yes and no. I mean, I do definitely want to bring performance, and I like to at least try to win. But then again, it's let's say if you never fail, you're not trying hard enough, because then you're not taking any risk. And if you're not trying, then you're not really maximizing the potential either. So I think failing every once in a while is a part of having success in the end.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And you can do that with a smile on your face, and
I'll try.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thanks, Aksel. So, another episode done and dusted, Emily.
Yeah, but before we go, I've just got to show you this video, which is 100% the best après video I have ever seen. I mean, the commitment is just amazing.
I'm sexy and I know.